What's up, everybody? It's your boy D Max. So let's talk. All right. So y'all see the title. Y'all see what I'm talking about. I'm talking about my homeboy Doggy Diamonds. And shout out to the Doggy Diamond Show. This in no way is a knock on Doggy Diamonds. This is not an attack or trying to seek any attention or anything like that. I'm just talking about something that I recall to my memory. Cause I was sitting here and I was looking at the January 6th hearings, and I was thinking about conversations that I had with people during Donald Trump's administration when all of these things were taking place in real time, and the warnings that I was given back then, and people who were pushing back against what I was saying. And I happen to remember a conversation that I had with Doggy Diamond because he had a show. The segment was called basically, if you go to his thumbnail, you can scroll through his shows. A year ago, he had a show where the thumbnail was Donald Trump and Joe Biden, and he said, with the change of power, what is to expect now? It said, Trump's out, Biden's in. What should we expect? And so I called into that show that night, and I didn't really expect to get through, but I did get through, and I had about a 2 minute conversation with Doggy Diamond. So I found that clip and I listened to it over again because I wanted to make sure that I remembered all of the context of our conversation so that I wouldn't say anything out of context whenever I did this segment. And so I was listening to it, and he gave a whole lot of pushback on the fact that Donald Trump's rhetoric was causing a divide, causing great division in the country. And, just overall was not good for the country because that's what my answer was to the question that was posed. He asked, with the change of power now, what can we expect? What should we see different? And I said, well, we can start getting back to a country that is united with each other because the rhetoric that Donald Trump has used throughout his whole entire presidency has been to keep the people divided so that they could go forth and do things that they wanted to do undetected. And so, he gave pushback on that. He was like, well, who was in office when Tamir Rice was killed? And who was in office when Trayvon Martin was killed? And I was like, that was Obama. And so he was like, okay, so we didn't have the tension then. I was like, we did have the tension then, but what I'm saying is that the tension has heightened, and those really racist people who was in the closet and hiding under their rock, well, now they've been emboldened to come out based on the rhetoric of Donald Trump. And so when Donald Trump leaves office defeated, and mind you, this was before the Capitol riots happened. This was before January 6th. So it's somewhere around in that area, that time frame. But, and I was saying that, Donald Trump's rhetoric has caused a whole lot of people to come out of hiding who otherwise would keep their racist thoughts and intentions to themselves. But his rhetoric and giving them a platform and calling them good people has emboldened these people to come out and to start to act. And he said he didn't see that. And so now we fast forward to now, and we start to see the story unfold, and we start to see the groups like the Proud Boys and the other groups who are starting to come out, and they are specifically stating in their testimony that they were emboldened by the rhetoric of Donald Trump. Now, I'm not trying to say anything other than we have to make sure that we really see what's going on in our country. We have to take a step back and really look at the country as a whole and see how the overall effect of our government is on our country. Because Doggy Diamond is a smart brother. He's not a ignorant dude, and he's a reasonable guy. But on this specific topic, he had no foresight, and nor did he see what the consequences of Donald Trump's rhetoric was actually going to be on the country. And I don't think anybody knew what lengths Donald Trump would go in order to try to keep power in this country. So, that's no bag on nobody. Nobody could figure that, but I wouldn't put anything past him. And so that's why I was focused on the rhetoric that Donald Trump uses, because I realized that his rhetoric is what got him the nomination. His rhetoric is what got him the presidency, and his nomination is what could have potentially uh, saved him the second time around, but it didn't, because people caught on to what was going on, and so many people were disapproving of the way that he was handling the country and the things that he was saying and the word manipulation that he was using to to get what he want. Basically, the same practices that he used in business, he was using those same tricks and practices with his lawyers in our government. And all of these things are starting to unfold and come out. So this is no conspiracy theory that we're talking about. These are actual facts. These are actual things that the leader of the free world did to try to overthrow the government that he was losing. He lost power. He lost the election fair and square. And instead of conceding like anybody else with decency and any bit of civility, what did he do? He used that rhetoric that he had been using the whole entire time to spark an entire insurrection. And so I say to brothers who couldn't see this coming, keep an open mind whenever you're speaking to people. You never know who you're speaking to, brother. You never know what other people see that you don't see. Just because you don't see it does not mean that it is not there. It just has to be pointed out to you. And like I said, I'm a thorough type person. I don't get on here and just speak to be speaking, and I have a clear message, and it's not about me. It's about the country that we live in and the country that we claim we love so much. And when it comes down to points like this, I would like to resume this conversation with the brother Doggy Diamonds, because now that we're having these hearings for January 6th, and all of the evidence is coming out to show exactly how Donald Trump did use rhetoric to divide the country, I want to just have this conversation with him again and see if he sees anything different now, or if he still stands by the same stance that he had back then, and that was that he don't see anything that Donald Trump's rhetoric did to the country. And I ain't trying to come at him. I ain't trying to say ha ha, I told you so, but I just want to further the conversation, because this is something that we as a country need to address. This is something that we need to bring out into the light, because it shines a real bright light on the fact that we don't really know what's going on. A lot of times, a lot of people don't really understand what's going on, and they don't see it, or either they act like they don't see it. And so it's up to others to make sure that we point it out, so they can't say that it was never brought to their attention, because it was definitely brought to his attention. So, yeah, I would love, I'm going to check and see if he has another call-in show talking about the January 6th hearings, because I definitely love to jog his memory about the conversation that we had, and then further that conversation. So anybody out there in touch with Doggy Diamonds, let him know, hey, Mac is on his radar, or he's on Mac's radar. I love to have this conversation with him so that we can talk through this and see how rhetoric really does affect a country, and how powerful words really are. because we see that it almost overthrew a government. Words did that. So that's all I wanted to come on and address right now. Like I said, Doggy Diamonds, I'm here, man. Get in contact with me however you want to. I'm available. I have so many different platforms. You can catch me on here. You can catch me on TikTok. I'm Deacon Mac 2. You can catch me on Facebook or Instagram at King Kunta. And yeah, let's just have a conversation, bro, because I definitely want to see where your mindset is right now concerning this topic that we were talking about. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, man. Y'all keep your eyes and ears open and stick to your guns, regardless of what anybody else says. Because just because a person doesn't see your vision or see what you see taking place, doesn't mean that it's not real and it's not taking place. And this exchange between me and Doggy Diamond is a prime example of that. So y'all go on and continue to have a blessed day, man. And this is your boy D Mac. Y'all know what I say. Sticks and stones can break your bones, but the word can always heal you. I'm out.